On behalf of the faculty, staff, administration, and Board of School Directors of Pottstown School District, I declare as open the 140th Commencement Ceremony for the graduating class of 2020. We have come together for this occasion to commemorate the transition of the senior students before you to Pottstown High School graduates. Thank you so much for celebrating this important occasion with us. The class of 2020 has the distinction of having perhaps the most unique graduation in the 140-year history of Pottstown High School. Each graduate participated in his or her own personal graduation ceremony over 6 days. What follows is a compilation of each one of those graduations. The class of 2020 has been a very special class, and it has been a genuine pleasure to have shared this experience with such a fine group of young men and women. The grace they've demonstrated through the COVID-19 pandemic and all it has denied them as high school seniors has been commendable. Thank you, class of 2020, for making me so proud of the Pottstown High School. This is a very proud moment in Pottstown history. Another 194 seniors will continue the legacy of success experienced by 20,246 Pottstown alumni over the past 182 years. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the valedictorian for the class of 2020 is Winnie Wang, and the salutatorian for the class of 2020 is David Hicks. In recognition of these achievements, each student is wearing a ribbon with a medallion symbolizing the honors they have achieved. To learn a little bit more about our valedictorian and salutatorian, it is my honor to introduce Mr. Stephen Rodriguez, Superintendent of the Pottstown School District.
It is my honor to recognize Pottstown High School's salutatorian this evening, David Hicks. David is the son of David and Kelly Hicks, and is graduating as salutatorian with a GPA of 104.15. He will be attending the United States Naval Academy, where he plans to study aerospace engineering. Congratulations, David. It is my distinct honor this evening to recognize our valedictorian and recipient of the Heart Ramp Award, Winnie Wang. Winnie is the daughter of Sing Zhang and Zhen Wang and is graduating as valedictorian with a GPA of 105.578. In the fall, Winnie will be attending Emory University. She is planning to major in biology. Congratulations, Winnie.
David will now share with us his remarks.
Hello. Since this speech can be viewed at any time of day, I will start by saying good morning, afternoon, evening, and night. It is a true honor to be here today to speak as the salutatorian on behalf of the Pottstown High School senior class of 2020. I want to thank my family for always pushing me, my friends for always being there, and my teachers, some of whom were even willing to travel across the world with me, which to anyone who knows me is asking quite a bit. To the class of 2020, take a deep breath. We made it. Our graduation may not have come in brightly colored displays with ribbons or confetti, but it came nonetheless. It seems like yesterday we were going to our first day of kindergarten, learning how to treat others with respect, say the alphabet, and make our first friends. Those were simple times, days filled with kickball, packed lunches, and reading circles. We've come a very long way from where we were to where we are now. But before we look towards our bright futures as Pottstown High School graduates, let us look back at the past. I think we can all agree that middle school was the first time we were able to start choosing what we wanted to do. For instance, sports, clubs, music organizations, etc. For many of us, middle school was a time to discover our passions, our strengths, and our weaknesses. This was especially true for me. Not only that, but we learned what cliques were, took our first health classes, and discovered what a project deadline was. I will never forget the crazy moments I shared with my friends on our peak trips for the Environmental Science Club. We called ourselves the Squad, and almost all of us were together in the band. We swept the competition with the help of Mr. Hayes, our band director. I think one thing we can all relate to is the fact that none of us danced at activity nights, and our favorite days of the week were with Miss Ellis and FCS cooking. I think the most defining moment of middle school for me was the day I decided I wanted to be top of my class one day and to become a midshipman at the United States Naval Academy. At the time, I'd just been told I was not able to afford the Hill School. Instead of thinking it was all for nothing, I realized that I belonged here, in this town, with my friends and teachers who saw the most in me and inspired me to achieve. With a newfound work ethic, I wanted to show just how far students at Pottstown could achieve success. I believe my journey is proof that despite how impossible goals may seem, work ethic and a belief in what you are doing allow anyone in this world, no matter what race, gender, ethnicity, or orientation, to achieve dreams. 5 years have passed, and I'd be lying to you if I told you there were days I didn't see the end of the tunnel. But those are the days you must push yourself the most, because determination in the face of great odds is the greatest equalizer that separates a dreamer from a doer. Class of 2020, be doers. High school can be best described as a marathon. Stepping into the race during freshman year, we were ready for the challenge. As runners, we were hydrated and loose and found the first quarter of the marathon to be fairly easy. During freshman year, we lost all the pep rallies, tried our hands at sports, and joined clubs. We had our first Benny essays, got thrown in the mud at football, marched for the first time in Disney, and began to understand the food chain. It was made pretty clear that no one liked the freshmen, and I think we were okay with that. As a sophomore in the second quarter of the marathon, you are hit with the first signs of fatigue. I specifically remember honors bio and AP US history as huge wake-up calls. Even though the year was harder, it was not all that bad. In fact, that year the lights came back to the stadium. We beat the juniors at the pep rally and passed the halfway point of high school. Now, we're headed into junior year, and we hit the hardest stretch of the race. Shin splints start to set in. We are still too far away from the finish line to get excited. However, with all the hard work, we were equally rewarded as such. The class of 2020 went marching in Disney for their last time again. A few of us traveled to faraway countries like Prague and Kenya. And I remember honors chemistry as one of those few brick walls, along with countless essays for Benny, and of course the SAT. Ooh. This was the first year we said, or this was also the year we said farewell to Mr. Vaught and his many years of service to our community and music program. After junior year, we found out what senioritis really was and how important our last moments of high school were. For me, the highlight of senior year came with a trip to London and Paris with Mrs. Moore, Mr. Decker, and Mr. Bachman. I don't think anything comes close to the Eiffel Tower at night, or the taste of Iron Brew, which is so high in caffeine it's outlawed by the FDA. The most common response we received abroad was, "What is ice?" They really didn't know what ice was in London or Paris. So weird. There are so many impactful teachers in this school district that I could not feasibly put them all into this speech, but I will try to include a few. I am personally grateful for Rupert's principal, Mr. Moyer, who taught me my first lesson on humility. Instead of approving my plans for selling drinks after school to make money for myself, he showed me that helping others can make a person more rich than any amount of money. In 4th grade that year, I raised over $200 for the American Cancer Society. I'm sure you didn't know it then. That was a moment that would help shape me into who I am today. Fast forward to middle school. I specifically remember getting up at 6 a.m. most mornings to be at jazz rehearsal by 7. Accountability was something drilled into our heads that made our music director, Mr. Hayes, not only a great music educator, but an even better life coach. Thank you, Mr. Hayes. For high school, I would like to thank Mr. Benfield for giving me my thirst for integrity, to stay true to myself, and never sacrifice what I believed in. I would also like to thank the amazing coaches that have taught me so many lessons on the field in baseball and football. Coach Evans, Andy, Thomas, Petro, Fisher, Coyne, and Coach Delaney were all great coaches and people. Their dedication to not just the game but the players is second to none. They have all had a permanent impact on each one of us who are moving forward in our lives. Lastly, I want to talk about Mr. Bachman. Last year alone, Mr. Bachman and I traveled to Kenya, London, and Paris. I spent a great deal of time in his class. I would like to share one of his many simple messages. When we traveled to Kenya on our service project for the We Are Innovators Challenge, Jacob Ames, Mr. Bachman, and I were surrounded by other students from Algeria, Mexico, Egypt, and Thailand. We were also there with other students from all over America. I will try my best to put his message in my words, but here's a rough translation. In those moments like we had on that amazing trip, we found that no one knows where Pottstown is on the map. They might know it's near Philly, but that's it. In moments like these, we carried their first impressions of Pottstown, and the same was true for them. When you leave to go into the college or workforce, you will carry the responsibility of deciding what those people think about where you came from, your family, your home, and your alma mater. There is an inspiring story of a woman we met in Kenya. The Masai Mara people lived simply in clay huts. They are herding people. They rely on cattle and some crops to get by. On one of our trips into the Mara, we were tasked with carrying 40 pounds of water on our heads to a house about a mile or so from the stream. The water coming from a spigot next to a muddy water source would need to be boiled before use. Upon arrival, we were given a tour of Mama Lily and Mama Marcella's house, which was no larger than a walk-in closet and housed 6 or 7 kids. The most astounding thing I learned that day was how much pride and joy she was filled with when she spoke of her home and family. I learned that happiness was not measured by status, money, or fame. It's much more simple. For me, the greatest happiness came under the weight of that water jug, the intense heat of that Kenyan summer day, because I knew I was giving help to someone who never even knew they needed it. Class of 2020, never take what you have for granted, because we are fortunate. Fortunate for our family, our school, our health, and our opportunity for success. Before I leave my class with my final thought, I'd like to address all future classes who will walk through the halls of PHS. Live in the moment. It does not matter how old you are, you will have regrets. The adage, life without regrets, is a very true statement. Or live life with regrets, rather. It's a very true statement, but almost impossible to achieve. Yes, you should always try to avoid mistakes, but regrets are unavoidable. Instead of that quote, I try every day to live by another, by Hunter S. Thompson. Life should not be a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely in a pretty and well-preserved body, but rather to skid in broadside in a cloud of smoke, thoroughly used up, totally worn out, and loudly proclaiming, wow, what a ride. I share this quote many times because everyone in this class has faced some type of adversity. This adversity is what makes Pottstown graduates strong, fierce, and successful. We challenge those who dare to underestimate our abilities, and we take quiet pride in our successes. Throughout my 4 years of high school, I've had amazing opportunities made possible to me by faculty who are dedicated to providing students with experiences both in and outside the classroom. We've proven time and time again what we've been able to achieve with the spirit, diversity, and talent that lives here in this town. I challenge each and every one of you to find your true passion and never let go. There are those who will try to put you down. Know that the only person who can truly beat you is yourself. Make mistakes often. Yes, make mistakes often. Make mistakes so that you can grow and learn faster than others. Each and every day is a blessing. Every one of you has a purpose. You may not find it tomorrow or the next day or the following month, but you will find it. We have one chance at life, and my only hope is that every individual in this room finds peace and happiness in their future pursuits. This country we live in is the greatest country in the world because of our right to choose. When you leave this fall, choose greatness. Thank you. Go Trojans.
Thank you, David. Winnie will now share her valedictory remarks.
Good evening, parents, community members, teachers, faculty, and fellow graduates. My name is Winnie Wang, and I am the senior class valedictorian. Congratulations, class of 2020. We finally made it. But before I continue, I would like to thank the people who have impacted me throughout my academic journey. Graduates, I encourage each of you to find someone who has influenced you, whether it be a parent, teacher, mentor, coach, or friend, and thank them too. Personally, I would like to thank my parents who have made personal sacrifices in order to show me the true meaning of hard work and perseverance. Without the lessons they taught me and the high standards they held me to, I know I would not be standing here today. To my classmates, many who've grown up beside me, to the friends I've made, even the ones who've come and gone, to the teachers who've acted as mentors, guiding many of us to become a better person, I want to thank you. You've each played a substantial role in shaping the person I am today. I'd like to give a personal thank you to Mr. Benfield. Despite the back-to-back essays and grueling multiple choice packets, your classroom discussions always had an aura of openness. As I'm sure many of your students can agree, we felt like you understood us. I'd like to say thank you to Mrs. Regensburg for managing to be my teacher for kindergarten, 1st grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade. Your lessons about morality, fairness, and equality have stuck with me through the years. You've not only created good students, but good people as well. And to Mrs. McCoy, my coaches, the guidance counselor, and staff who make up the school, thank you for all of your hard work. Each of you have contributed to making a difference here at Pottstown. Last but not least, I would like to thank my closest friends, Sabria, Amari, Lola, and Adriana, who have supported me since middle school. I am proud to call you my best friends, and I'm overjoyed to say that I've ended this journey with the same people I've started it with. For years, many of us have imagined what our graduation day would be like. But the thought of giving a speech to only the camera or walking across the stage with only 4 people in the crowds has never crossed my mind. This was supposed to be our year. For 3 years, we've watched the seniors attend their senior prom, senior picnic, and baccalaureate night. We patiently waited on the sidelines for our moment. It is unfortunate that we've never even got the opportunity to continue the tradition of having a basic, boring senior prank, like putting cereal in the water fountains or putting saran wrap on the stairs. But even though it didn't turn out how we expected, we've made the most out of our situation with the help of teachers, staff, community members, and parents. Nonetheless, this graduating class is unique and will undoubtedly be the one to remember. Throughout high school, many of us never had the chance to truly slow down, to enjoy the little things. We lived a fast-paced life, moving from school to sports, to practices, to jobs, to other obligations. We took simple things for granted, like having face-to-face conversations without being separated by face masks, or going out with friends without having to worry about social distancing. I implore you to look past our shortcomings and instead take our current state as an opportunity to find something you enjoy that captivates your mind. Like Beniola says, find your passion. Write a poem, paint a picture, work out. In other words, work on yourself and find your silver lining during these uncertain times so that you can come out as a stronger individual when it's all over. I'd like to continue my address with a question. How many of you had heard of the butterfly effect? And no, I'm not talking about the song by Travis Scott. For those of you that haven't, I'll explain the basics. It's a concept that a small, seemingly insignificant occurrence ends up having unpredictable, momentous effects. Many would explain it by saying, when a butterfly flaps its wings in Chicago, it causes a hurricane in Tokyo. I like to consider each of my fellow classmates as butterflies, waiting to spread your wings and fly, whether you decide to become an artist, an entrepreneur, a writer, a teacher, an engineer, a nurse, or anything else your heart desires. You will affect the world in unimaginable ways. After years of maturing and growing in your cocoons, you're finally ready to take off and flap your wings. So here's my message to my fellow graduates, underclassmen, and whoever else may be watching. Be bold, be adventurous, pursue your goals. Because if you persevere despite life's obstacles and doubts, you will succeed. You will create ripples that will leave an impression on society for years to come. Thank you, Pottstown High School, for 4 wonderful and memorable years. Once again, congratulations to all.
Thank you. At this time, it is my pleasure to recognize the honors and service accomplishments earned by our students. Producing good citizens has been the bedrock of American education. Among this graduating class are students who have enlisted in one of our armed forces. These students are wearing a red, white, and blue cord with their gowns. Alexander Azukis, Shelby Clayton, Amari Folly, Zachary Griffin, David Hicks, and Damon Thompson. American education is not just concerned with future citizens, but future educated citizens. As such, organizations like the National Honor Society and the Early College Program recognize the significant academic achievements of our young people. The National Honor Society is a long-standing school organization where membership is determined by a point system based on leadership, character, service, and scholarship. Student members among this graduating class wear gold honor cords with their gowns. Grace Bainbridge, Kawanza Barksdale Hodges, Sebastian Buchanan, Nayeli Cruz, Cheyenne Swinner, Jacob Eagle, Jacob Ames, Madison Friedman, Emma Gallus, Andrew Green, Adriana Hayward, Chloe Hebert, Avery Heverly, David Hicks, Sabria Jenkins, Lola Johnson, Paige Jones, Devin Lopez, Riley Mead, Darian Miller, Jorge Mundo, Alexandria Olvera, Abigail Parson, Crystal Rivera, Alyssa Rulli, Tanner Scott, John Stillwell, Damond Thompson, Emily Weber, Winnie Wang, Alexis White, Destiny Williams, and Emmy Wolfel. Also seated among our graduates are candidates for this year's honors diplomas. Honor diploma candidates have earned a grade point average of 90% or above. Deborah Adediji, Desmere Aiken, Grace Bainbridge, Kawanza Barksdale Hodges, Zachary Beakley, Aaliyah Bray, Tyler Bruton, Sebastian Buchanan, Christina Butler, Jessica Callie Casillo, Shelby Clayton, Nayeli Cruz, Cheyenne Swinar, Daniel Darden, Derek Darden, Jacob Eagle, Jacob Ames, Amari Folly, Madison Friedman, Emma Gallus, Brandon Gebhardt, Veronica Gomez, Andrew Green, Adriana Howard, Chloe Hebert, Aaron Hester, Avery Heverly, David Hicks, Ariel Hill, Kayla Horton, Sabria Jenkins, Jalissa Johnson, Lola Johnson, Paige Jones, Devin Lopez, Kirsten McCallicker, Riley Mead, Darian Miller, Jorge Mundo, Jonathan Oyster, Alexandria Olvera, Abigail Parson, Diana Perry, Brenna Pritchard, Norberto Reyes, Crystal Rivera, Megan Roby, Alyssa Rulli, Anthony Russo, Logan Ruack, Tanner Scott, Avion Scurry, Taylor Smith, Alexander Stewart, John Stillwell, Ryan Sweeney, Damond Thompson, Marissa Walker, Emily Weber, Winnie Wang, Destiny Williams, and Emmy Wolfel. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Joe Rosevich, Executive Director of the Foundation for Pottstown Education, to talk about the Early College Program.
Thank you, Principal McCoy. On behalf of the Foundation for Pottstown Education, Board of Education, and myself, congratulations to the class of 2020 and their family. I am here today to recognize the 15 students that were enrolled in our early college program. This program selects juniors to take part in a 2-year program where they can earn up to 30 credits at Montgomery County Community College. The program was initiated in 2014, and this is the 5th cohort. During their time, these 15 students earned 255 credits. The foundation and donors of the foundation provided the $48,000 tuition reimbursement for these credits. If they had taken the credits at the colleges and universities they're committed to, this total for the 255 credits would have been almost $390,000. We're very proud of our students and glad that they're joining the other 68 alumni from this program. At this time, I would like to recognize each student. Kwanzaa Tori Barksdale Hodges, Nayeli Cruz, Daniel Darden, Derek Darden, Madison Freeman, Emma Gaulis, Andrew Green, Adrian Hayward, Paige Jones, Jorge Mundo, Crystal Rivera, Megan Robbie, Tanner Price Scott, Winnie Wang, and Destiny Williams. Congratulations to all of you. In closing, I'd like to offer a quote, and this quote hopefully is appropriate to you, which is from Dr. Seuss. And it reads, "And will you succeed? Yes, you will. 98.75% guaranteed." Congratulations, class of 2020, and your parents. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Rosevich. Mr. Rodriguez, according to the authority granted me as the principal of Pottstown High School from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Board of School Directors, I certify that these students have completed the requirements as set forth by the policies of the Pottstown School District. I present them to you and ask that you consider them for graduation.
Thank you, Mrs. McCoy. As the Superintendent of Schools for the Pottstown School District and as the Commissioned Officer of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I accept your recommendations for graduation and ask that you, Mrs. Francis, as President of the Board of School Directors, confer the diplomas of this district to the candidates before you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Hello, Pottstown High School graduates, parents, friends, teachers, and administration. I'm honored to be here representing the Pottstown School Board. Thank you, Mrs. McCoy, for including me in this celebration. Although I really miss seeing all of you sitting in front of me and me shaking each of your hands as you go across the stage, I feel very privileged by speaking to you today. On behalf of the Pottstown School Board, I also want to thank Mrs. McCoy and her team for their out-of-the-box thinking, can-do attitude, and sheer determination in facing this challenge. You have produced a wonderful ceremony for our graduates, their friends and family, and the community. Class of 2020, we are immensely proud of your accomplishments, your attitude, and your character. The signs that this community and the staff cares about you are present everywhere. From food delivered to your doorstep, signs posted in your front yard, mini spotlights on social media, the Adopt a Senior project, car parades, and your graduation photos on the 422 billboard, all of it has been done to celebrate you and your achievements. If this pandemic has taught us anything, it is that the people in our lives are more important than a list of accomplishments on your resume. Graduates, you are a special class that we've been able to celebrate one person at a time, which has never been done before. You are the group of students who embody all of our hopes during this crisis. And most importantly, you are one of the main reasons we say proud to be from Pottstown. Congratulations and best wishes to you all. Mr. Rodriguez, by and with the authority vested in me as the President of the School Board of Directors, I hereby empower you to give the diplomas of this school to the proper and deserving candidates.
Mrs. McCoy, call the roll.
Tajay White. Lila Garish. Elias Spray. Haley Selner. Amani Green. Mark Bowers. Michael Pashley. Congratulations. Alex Stewart. Siani Williams. Aaliyah Malti. Yamani Lavender. Brianna Chibinja. Deborah Adedeji. Congratulations. Kaylee Gray. Gomez. Angele Nixon. Destiny Harris. Madison Swoyer. Devin Lopez. Darian Miller. Sincere Wesley. Winnie Wang. Melissa Coleman. Anyone? Congratulations. Adriana Hayward. Emma Gaulis. Kaya Horton. Matthew Walker. Marley Rivers. Jonathan Oyster. Allison Nicholas Hernandez. Kiana Cologne. Johnny Bryant. Malik Crowder. You can stop. Congratulations. Keto Thompson. Amanda Mariscal. Davia Beasley. Congratulations. Jalissa Johnson. Aaliyah Bray. Jessica Callie Castillo. Cheyenne Swinar. Taylor Smith. Alexandria Olvera. Kayla Marcelli. Mariana Pearson. Abina Said. Abida Said. Josiah Wiggins. Congratulations. Quinlan D'Angelo. David Hicks. Congratulations. Esmir Aiken. Emmy Wolfel. Emily Weber. Jordan Kurtz. Diana Wilson. Tyree Jeffcoat. Noah Patton. Dallas Moon. Hassan Garcia Davis. Norma Maldonado. Garden. Anaya Hoskins. Jermaine Swindell. Bryce Cole. Jesus Naim Sharias. Tyler Bruton. Brittany Makeomer. Yay! Shelby Clayton. Lola Johnson. Paige Jones. Congratulations, Paige. Robert Richards. Anthony Russo. Sebastian Buchanan. Tiaris Tinson. Talia Shirey. Michael Husko. Aaron Hester. Louis Cruz. Kylie Butterfield. Autumn Graham. Kamaj Young. Shamar Rivera. Congratulations. Tyler Escobar. Avion Scurry. Avery Heverly. Takeem Lowe. Marissa Walker. Shakara Beasley. Stand on the Shakara, do you want to stand over there so they can get some pictures? There's an X. Over here for some more pictures. Riley Mead. Kirsten McCallicker. Donovan Towson. Brooklyn Colgrove. Tanner Scott. Alexis White. Idalise Manzanet Reyes. Brandon Gebhardt. Thaisa Isaac. Jeremy Hughes. Congratulations, Jeremy. Bryce Red. Jasmine Sassari. Congratulations. Zachary Griffin. Traquan Norris. Amanda Baker. Jonathan Velez. Nastasi Owens. Wilshon Seward. Abigail Parson. Nayeli Cruz. Crystal Rivera. Ariel Hill. Jaden Harrington. Najee Johnson. Quincy Sibley. Nikai Terry. Do you want to get some pictures? Jesse Blair. Shalina Smith. Damon Thompson. Cole Miller. Sierra Starks. Angelica Kalel. Karina Williams. Christina Butler. Grace Bainbridge. Trayvon Bass. Quadir Smith. John Stillwell. Congratulations. Sanitize it, okay? Michaela Rothenberger. Rylan Bovetsky. Ray John White Sykes. Colin Ryan Stone. Jasmine Volk. Heather Core. Brent Griswax. Woo! Congratulations. Elijah Gibson Barnes. Norberto Reyes. Zevion Brown. Congratulations. Jaheim Thompson. Kayla Brothers. Kiev Norris. Paul Chrisman. Sweeney. Diana Perry. Alexander Azukis. Evan Wanish. Megan Roby. Jorge Mundo. Brenna Pritchard. Alyssa Ruley. Alyssa Armstrong. Yay! Yay, Alyssa! Lilani Lighty. Destiny Williams. Jacob Ames. Tanya Redroven. Celicia Thorpe. At this time, it is my pleasure to again introduce Mr. Stephen Rodriguez, Superintendent of Schools, for comments and recognition of the graduates.
Congratulations, seniors, and now, graduates. You are the 140th graduating class. You join over 20,000 alumni, and you are the class of 2020. This may not have been the graduation you envisioned without the thunderous applause and the packed room, but you will have the most unique and memorable senior year, and you'll be able to tell stories about it for the rest of your lives. You have all walked across this stage and received your diploma, which marks the end of your Pottstown School District career as a student. But hopefully, what you learned here will always stay with you. Pottstown is unique, and we are strong in our diversity, in our experience of dealing with constant challenges. It's not easy growing up anywhere, but our community and our district have seen more than our fair share of adversity. And even though that's hard, the not so well-guarded secret is that students from Pottstown often do much better and accomplish more for these very same reasons. We are diverse, and it is a strength. We have gone through unfair challenges, but that is also a strength. You are graduating into a world that has big problems: the coronavirus pandemic, institutional racism, political unrest, and that barely covers the past week. Use the strengths you've been given in our schools and in this community to make your mark on this world, to make it better than it is, and to show everyone that we are proud to be from Pottstown. Thank you.
It is the tradition of Pottstown High School to pass the mantle to the upcoming senior class from the graduating class president to the new senior class president.
This mantle is not just an article of clothing. It is a symbol of all the traditions to Pottstown High School that we have come to love and cherish during our 4-year stay within these walls. It is a symbol that represents at one time our school flag, our school motto, our school seal, our alma mater, our Trojan athletic emblem, the standards of each scholastic department, the aims of every extracurricular activity, and those precious individual memories of our stay here that we who are now leaving will treasure in the future. As I retire the mantle of the class of 2020, my fellow members of the graduating class realize that this is the last ceremony in which we shall participate as a class. It is our way of saying farewell, the hardest of all words to say. I am honored by virtue of my position as president of the class of 2020 to present this mantle to you, president of the class of 2021. The senior class sets the standards for the whole school. Set your standards high, keep the mantle clean. Class of 2021, you are now the senior class.
The members of the class of 2021 accept the mantle, which has been outgrown by the senior class, and are proud to become its possessor. We have long envied you the prestige and dignity it lets you, and we have looked forward to this day, to the day when it become our privilege to wear it. We hope that this mantle remind every member of our class, the loyal student seeks to act in such manner to uphold the representation and standing of his community, of his school and community. Whether he is athletic on the field, on the stage, in the classroom, or walking along the streets, he never forgets that he is in the eye of the public, the personal representative of his high school. The seniors, we appreciate how you upheld the traditions of the school. We shall miss your example and your companionship, but our best wishes go out to you as you leave. As we accept the mantle, we pledge that we shall try to be worthy keepers of all it confers and pass it on in our turn without dishonor or stain. It shall be our goal to follow in your footsteps and to serve our school with the same school spirit and loyalty your class has displayed.
Congratulations. I now declare closed the 140th Commencement Ceremony for Pottstown High School. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure and significant honor to say farewell one final time to the class of 2020. Best of luck in all of your endeavors, and most heartfelt thanks for the memories.